All right, good morning, gamers of YouTube. It's the Blue Pharaoh coming at you again with another thoughts video. I can't remember what song this is off of, but I said I would say it, so I'm back once again. Yes. Um, I only have three topics on tap today. Hopefully, the audio is a little bit better. I'm using my gaming headset, Turtle Beach. I got a couple months ago. Not perfect, but I'm trying to do the best that I can. Shout out to Mos Def. All right, so the first thing on tap for discussion is that Nintendo Direct. Uh, Nintendo Direct Mini, I don't know, whatever they want to call it, but it was pretty weak. It was only about 8 minutes. Um, I watched it live with my son, and I just remember him being like, "Daddy, that's it." So, but one of the big surprises was this game called Shin Megami Tensei, which they announced like 3 years ago. I've never played any of them, but I have a friend who, when he heard about it, he was very excited. And then a year passed, no word of the game. And another year passed, and like you just can't do that to people, right? So if somebody says that something is coming out, and then a year passes, 2 years pass, I mean, people forget about it. A lot of companies do that. They announce something and then it comes out 3 years later, and then they wonder why the public interest just isn't there. My thoughts on that is when you announce something, it should come out like within a year. You put out that it's coming out, and then you give steady updates. And by the time it comes out, like the hype train is there, and people just they go out and buy it because they're curious about it. But so they're coming out with Shin Megami Tensei 5 and Shin Megami Tensei 3. 3 is going to come out later this year. 5 is going to come out next year. I've never played any of them, but I mean, who knows? Maybe this time I'll give it a try. But the direct was very, very short. I think like 8 minutes. So there was that announced. There was some DLC for Cadence of Hyrule. There's a demo on that in the Nintendo eShop, or there was. I imagine they wouldn't take it down now. Also, it's getting a physical release. I want to say in October. And then there's some over the top arcade like wrestling game that's coming out actually on my birthday, but I will not. Well, I don't know. Wrestling's just not really my thing. I used to be interested in wrestling. There was one wrestling game on the Sega Genesis. Uh, Papa Shango was on there. Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Bret Hart. What was the name of the guy? He used to do the side suplex. Anyway, those like wrestling games I used to love back in the day, but nowadays it's just, I don't know, it's just not my thing. So moving on from that, the Xbox showcase took place last Thursday. My thoughts on that are that I think Microsoft did a good job. Around the internet, opinions are everywhere, but here's the thing. All three console manufacturers, namely Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, they are they are headed in different directions. Okay, Nintendo wants you to buy a machine to play their exclusive games, and that's what works for them. Most people who buy Nintendo hardware, they do so that they can play Mario games, Zelda games, Metroid games, Smash Brothers, etc. I know this because I'm one of them. As long as Nintendo puts out Smash Brothers games, I will buy Nintendo hardware. It's that simple. Sony Sony wants to push the envelope graphically, technologically. So they want you to buy a new box so that you can experience all that. They want to convert as many PS4 users to PS5 users as they can. So they're going to pump out more first party exclusives. These are mostly single player experiences. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what works for them. Then you have Microsoft. Microsoft just wants you to play their games. And it doesn't really seem to matter where you play them. So what do I mean by that? So for a long time, when you play, so I'm not a PC gamer because I never wanted to keep up with, graphics cards, sound cards, all this micromanaging. Like it seemed complicated when I was a kid, but I knew I wanted to play video games. So it's like, just give me a box, you put whatever in the box, and it just works. Okay, you don't have to worry about compatibility, this, that, and the third. The 3DS kind of muddled that when they started coming out with games that only work with the new Nintendo 3DS, right? So if you had the old one, you either had to upgrade. See, nah. All right. What Microsoft is doing, I can't even say trying to do, they're doing it. They want to make all their games playable on this generation and the next one. So like I have the base Xbox One, base Xbox One, not X. Okay, mine still has a connect hooked up to it. Okay, but via Game Pass, I will be able to play Halo Infinite day one with everybody else who has the Xbox One S and Xbox One X and the Xbox Series X. Now, my experience might not be as clean as the people who have newer hardware, excuse me, but I am going to be able to join in Master Chief's fight for whatever he's fighting for, whatever. And that's kind of huge, right? So everything that Microsoft showed will be available via Game Pass. And so I feel like that's a win. And I hear a few people talking about that, but it's not like the overarching narrative. If you're into variety, if you like playing multiplayer games, I kind of feel like Xbox is the place for that. Xbox Live has historically been more stable than PlayStation Network. The controller, I feel, is better for shooters, which most multiplayer games are, let's face it. And then, yeah, I mean, you're getting a new Halo experience. They showed a new Psychonauts. They showed this game is kind of like the Elder Scrolls. There's a new Fable coming out. There's a new Forza coming out. So a lot of the usual suspects for Xbox are there. The only thing that I see that might be a problem is a lot of times people have some type of resistance for new intellectual properties. What I mean by that is, are you going to go see Karate Kid 3 or are you going to go see like the first Terminator without knowing what the Terminator is, right? So it's like you keep pumping out these games. Halo Infinite is actually like the 6th mainline Halo game. Could they come out with another game that's very similar to Halo but has a different name? Yes, they could, but they keep using the Halo license because the Halo name itself carries weight. But being that these games are going to be on Game Pass, I feel like what's going to happen is they're they're not necessarily going to come out with sequels. They're just going to tweak it as time goes on. Uh, ooh, ooh, ooh. And that actually makes a lot of sense. Uh, I'm no strategist by any means, but I can kind of see where Xbox is going with this. And then there's the idea of xCloud, which is in beta right now. It's supposed to be coming out later this year. But basically, you'll be able to play your games on your phone. Like your phone will be the screen. So they will be able to, we, not they, we will be able to play our Xbox games across a variety of platforms. Your Xbox One, your Xbox One S, your Series X, your phone, your PC, and it's kind of crazy. So I've already stated I'm firmly entrenched in Xbox's camp. There's not really much that they can do to shake that. It's just I'm so involved in the ecosystem. I have I've been part of Xbox Live since well like 2001, 2002. So I mean I've been a member of PlayStation Network for some years now too, but it's nothing compared to where I am with Xbox. So I mean I hope to have all of them eventually. True gamers know. Anyway, this Blue Pharaoh signing out. I've been saying I'm gonna do more than one video a week. I'm gonna try it. This week is gonna be the week. Anyway, thanks for checking out the videos. Thanks for the comments, feedback. I appreciate it all. So thanks again. If you want to share the video with a friend, uh, I'd appreciate that too. Anyway, till next time, Blue Pharaoh signing out. Peace.